What's going on YouTube? Today we have something Evil Dead related, more specifically Evil Dead 2. So without getting too further into it, this is a hand from Mart, and we're going to review it today and talk a little bit about what he offers and how this can complete your Evil Dead collection. Let's cue the intro and let's get to the video.
Behold, my stuff.
Okay, so today we're talking about the Evil Dead 2 Possessed Severed Hand. This is Ash's right hand, which was cut off in the film. This little guy here is actually made of foam. It's a two-part polyfoam that when sprayed and fills a mold, it skins. And so that makes for a very lightweight prop. It makes for a nice little interesting prop, particularly if you put armature in it. So this particular prop has armature in it. So this is a new offering from Mart, which has wires inside, which allow you to pose the actual armature. So this means that this particular hand can achieve a number of different poses, including the famous middle finger. Now, this is another static piece from Mart, made in that same kind of polyfoam. So it's got that little lightweight, spongy aspect to it, kind of like what you pick up in Spirit of Halloween. And these are all B-stock castings. So Nick was kind enough to send me a bunch of his B-stock castings to play with and paint. This particular paint job is my own. And so I've painted two of these now and sort of given it my own flair. We're going to do a deep dive and a nice up-close photo with this at the end of the video. It's not 100% done. Like, I haven't gone in and whited out any of the bones or anything like that, but I'll explain everything that I did with it. But it's a really cool piece. And normally, it comes in a big old solid block of resin like this, which can be cleaned up. All the different seam lines can be dremeled off, sanded down, and really make it look stellar. That is one thing you got to watch when you do a polyfoam piece, is that you'll see that seam lines show up. And so seams, you really can't get rid of with foam. You can do your best to grind them down and whatnot, but the more you do, the more you remove the skin, the more you expose the foam underneath. It can cause lots of problems. So you can see where I removed some, it split the foam, and then it started to eat away at itself. And so it kind of creates a little bit of those problems. The other thing is, as I bend the armature, the different painting techniques I've used sometimes cause some splits, and I got to go in and repair some of that. So I'm learning as I go. I've never worked with this material before. I reached out to my favorite prop painter, and I asked him, what do you think is the best way to paint this? And he just kind of messaged me back with, so he doesn't like painting them. But Nick was very helpful with what he does. His paint jobs look really, really nice. These particular hands are available on Mart website on Etsy if you want to buy them. I do really enjoy the posability. And so the question then becomes, how can you complete your Evil Dead collection with the hand? You could build a little display with it. I just picked up these two pieces of wood on clearance at Michael's. So it's about $15 for both of these. You can cut a hole out in the back or just paint a black, mouse hole, if you will. Put a strip across and weather that to make the molding, quote unquote, and make a nice little display for it. Let's take a quick look and deep dive into what I did. So why don't we take a closer look at the hand?
I'll swallow your soul! I'll swallow your soul! I'll swallow your soul!
Hey, Henrietta.
Hi. I hate it when you call me that, by the way.
Sorry, Pee-wee.
Thank you.
What's up? What are you doing here? Out of your cellar? You'd lock her in the cellar too.
Oh, yeah? Another prop?
Yeah, it's another prop.
Looks like Ash's hand.
It's Ash's hand from Evil Dead 2. Good call. That's exactly what it is. Made by Mart.
It's not resin.
No, it's not resin at all. Actually, Nick made this one in polyfoam.
Polyfoam? Polyfoam is horrible to paint.
It is difficult to paint, that is true. But a lot of artists use it, and it's very common in theater and also in the movies. It has a lot of positive attributes. All those foam swords I have are polyfoam, so what do you care?
The sculpt is really nice. Your paint job sucks. Needs more yellow.
It does not need more yellow. She's being ridiculous. Also, she has no pupils, so I don't even know if she can see the color.
Wait a minute. Are you making another video?
Yeah, I'm making another video. Making a video for YouTube. I don't post everything into KOS. Some of the stuff gets posted onto YouTube.
Ah, your videos suck. You just babble on for an hour.
I don't ramble on for an hour. I stay on topic, is the point.
Well, it would be nice if you had some other people in your video to talk to.
It'd be nice to have people to talk to. Yeah, it would. It'd be nice to have friends.
You need a co-host.
Yeah, a co-host would be cool, but when would I have time to, get together with them and make all these videos?
Well, I could do it.
Oh, no. No. Thank you, but no, I think that's very generous of you, but I'm good. I'm good. We're good. We're okay. We're okay.
All right.
Anyway, so not only is it a polyfoam hand, but the main reason it's polyfoam instead of resin is that Nick's put armature in this one. It's got wires in it, so that way you could pose the hand.
Wow. So this has armature in it, so you could pose it. That's pretty useful. You could wrap it around anything for your display, your shelf, anything you want.
That is a really good point. You can pose it around a shelf, or a book, or a dagger, or a saw handle, or just about anything to help with your display if you don't have room to put a resin hand up. So that is a good point. Definitely a good reason to go with this version versus a resin version. Anyway, if you could, go back to your house, just go back into the cellar, I'd like to do some close-up shots of the hand itself, so that way I can finish off this video, and then in the future, actually maybe even later today, I might actually go over and film some of my Obi-Wan stuff, so some of the Star Wars stuff that I have.
Well, if you're going to keep making videos, I guess I should come bail you out so they don't suck.
Oh, you don't have to do that.
Later, loser. And don't forget, I'll swallow your soul.
You'd keep her locked in the cellar, too. I'm just saying. Ash did it. Okay. Yay. So fun. So now let's take a closer look at it. So in particular, like I said, we've done a specific paint job on this. So we did a latex red, like a house paint, as a base. And then what we did from there is we did a nice dry brushing of flesh tone. Then we went in with greens and purples and really created some of the variants in skin tone and color right on top of that. Got it nice and dark, and that was a very liquid-based paint, so lots of wash aspects of that. Then we went over with another lighter layer of skin tone, just to sort of dry brush over that to give it all the different aspects. It's really kind of knowing where the fleshy part of the hands are, where the fatty parts, where the calluses are, and then where you're closer to your blood supplies. So that's the areas you want to have with a lot of purples and things like that. Highlight of irritation around the wounds and whatnot. And then once that was all set, we took some black enamel and made the black ooze that spurts out when the dagger goes through the hand. So when Ash stabs the kitchen knife through the hand, it oozes out black, not red. So that's what all that is. And then for the nails, it's really simple. It's just a really nice titanium white with a parchment white. And then we covered the whole thing in a very, very light black wash. And then just sort of very loose, very, very, not a chip brush, a very nice flimsy brush. Just sort of went over and dusted some areas for some highlight color and things like that. But basically, that's the whole hand. And, yeah, it came out really nice. And it is bendable, so some people are like, well, how bendy? So, for example, oops, someone knocked over the whole display. So if I bend in this finger, it's fully bent in now. So that's how bendy it is. So pretty cool, yeah? I dig it. Oh, all right. So that was the close-up look. Sorry about Pee-wee. I guess she's going to show up in the future, so that'll be fun. Check out Nick's Saw Mart if you want to see how to get hold of one of these, whether it's in resin or polyfoam. If you want to see more Evil Dead content, go to the Knights of Samaria Facebook page, Brett's Groovy Chainsaws for some more video content, which is mostly Evil Dead based. You can also check out Evil Dead Italia. So check those out if you want more Evil Dead content. I've got some Star Wars content coming up, so we'll check out some of that. Lots of different stuff coming, but thanks for checking it out. Thanks to Nick for sending me these and letting me paint them. And so remember, if you can't build it, buy it. If you can't buy it, build it. But sometimes the best solution is to do both.